Well, it's definitely a hole. There are some rocks. Almost doesn't look proper. Why would anybody in their right mind build a home here? Oh yeah, freedom. Well, hey everybody, welcome to another Not Thursday in muggy New Hampshire. Look at this. The moisture in the woods lately has been, well, sticky. We get rain in these short bursts. Everything's soaked out here, the sun comes out, humidity, and it just keeps happening over and over and over. Nothing has been dry in quite a long time. So today, we're traveling light, and it's going to be a different approach for this explorative video. There's our old stone wall. The area that we are going to go up into today is a strip of land where a lot of the early settlers first built their homes. We found one last year, and it was pretty awesome. I'll put that video link at the end of this video. And being I have no idea how much I'm going to have to hike, search, to find potentially a cellar hole out here, I didn't bring any other equipment except for my SD tool and my pinpointer. Travel light, and we'll see if we can find a site. The one last year took me, I was out an entire day before I went out and actually filmed any digging. So I know we're going up. We might as well get to it. So we are starting out on an established trail here, which is now cutting over the wall. Doesn't look too well traveled, but I'm hoping it'll go for quite a distance in the direction I'm going in, because bushwhacking with everything soaking wet is just, well, it's not always fun. So, again, I have no idea. I'm just heading out in this general direction and gonna read the land. Trail's already taking me where I don't want to go. Yeah, I'd say I've only gone 2/10 of a mile, and this cut trail, which I'm not a fan of established trails, is just going way off from where I think I need to go. See, the thing is with this area, where I parked across the street, we've gone through that entire area. Never been over here. That's why we are here now. But unfortunately, I have to follow this wall to the north and walk through all that crap. But, gotta be done. Slippery. Yeah, I can tell you right now, this is gonna be terrible. I'm gonna have to go off camber because this mountain goes up. And these sites out here are early to mid 1700s, and if it's an early settler site, more than likely it was not lived in too long. But then again, we may find something else. Either way, it's been 200 years of abandonment. So Mother Nature has taken back what is hers And all that remains are some rock walls and hopefully some other signs. That wall just ended, that's not good. Holy mackerel. I have not even been going that long. And man, I have come up to some elevation. I lost that wall a long time ago. Huh. I'll just keep on using the old compass brain. Hopefully sends us in the right direction. Wow. Well, there's our wall. So I must have just cut the corner of this off. But it's still very undesirable in here. As in, for somebody to have planted a house. But then again, you never know. They still built the walls. Well, I gotta tell you, this may be impossible. Definitely wasn't expecting it like this. So, see where we are right now? This was probably just open granite ledge. That's why you have pines growing in the acidic soil. There's not much soil. I keep getting pushed off course because in the tree line is where it goes down on the other side, which I need to be going that way, but I keep getting pushed off to the east. It's just, I can't walk through that. So I'm just going to keep going to see if this thing breaks, meaning the granite top to the tree line, and see if I can drop down into the valley I need to go into. This is not what I expected. Well, I'm back in the brush. Been going for some ways. You know how you know it's bad terrain-wise, growth-wise? When you can't find a game trail. I haven't seen any signs of animals traveling through this mess. Whew. Not that I want to run into anything out here, but it's just bad. But we're going to keep going. Well, here we go. Do we have some signs? Is that a shouldered cart path? That would be nice. Because I haven't been able to connect anything up here. Yep, so our little path is definitely from loggers long ago. At least we're seeing some past activity out here. Well, I can tell you two things for certain. I will never, no way, be able to find my way back the way I came in. And two, if I find a site, I probably will never come back. It's that bad out here. So I'm going to shut the camera down, see if I can make some headway, because I don't even think I'm halfway to where I need to be. And it doesn't seem to be improving anywhere, so I'll be back in a while. Well, it's some time later, And I have broken through, and here's a prime example of reading the landscape. All that stuff that we were going through is second cut, meaning, or I should say second grow back. Abandonment in the mid-1800s. It all grew back. They cut it in the early 1900s. It grew back again. And it's always worst. This whole section up here, this is first grow back. You can tell when you walk into a square, there's the wall. As soon as I got on this side, the trees are further apart. They're older. And the ground is just much better. It's not damaged so much. So we are getting somewhere. At least now I can walk without it being so abrasive. This is pretty awesome. You see these ones right here, but there's a strip of them along this wall. Those are the signs. I mean, what a night and day difference. I can actually hold my camera out now. I have the space to do it, not get hung up. So I'm assuming we're walking into an old livestock pasture. It's squared off with rock walls, but yet it's not good land. Still plenty of rocks in here, but it feels improved slightly. I mean, look at the difference compared to what we were going through in the first half. Wow, look at these trees. So I took the natural bridge over. There's a ravine over there. That was my waypoint, or I should say landmark, from the topos to let me know it's close. And I think I actually found it. Wow. Well, it's definitely a hole. There are some rocks. Almost doesn't look proper. Why would anybody in their right mind build a home here? Oh yeah, freedom. It's almost ridiculous to think 200 years ago, there was over 200 years ago, there was a massive house here. I can't believe I found it. What a mess. Huh. Well, I did bring my pinpointer and my SD tool in hopes I can't even identify a chimney stack, that there would be, you know, an outline, a chimney stack, where I could, you know, move some rocks and bricks and poke around. But this looks like it's just succumbed to being on the side of the mountain, and it's just a mess. It's all eroded, the hole that is. And the grow back on this side is bad. That one square we walked through wasn't touched. So I think I'm just going to poke around, see if there's any other signs here. I highly doubt it because it's pretty remote. And yeah, that's it. It was found. Well, the signs are here if you can find them. See this low-lying strip of rocks? I know it might be hard to see. It is actually underneath the dirt, most of it. That's from cleaning out the living space. The holes back there. That's definitely what that is. Wow. Yeah, it's definitely it. The more I walk around, there's small walls and signs of clearing. So if you ever wanted to know what a home site looks like after 200 years of abandonment on the side of a mountain, this is it. Hardly distinguishable from the natural terrain. And the worst part of it all is I have to find my way out I'm definitely not going back up the mountain, over the top, back down. But staying in this tree line is going to be a burden. I am glad that I did not bring everything with me today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to that first grow back square and see if that continues on in the direction that I need to go. Be a lot easier traveling. We'll poke around there for a few minutes too, because that was just beautiful in there. Now see, as I re-enter this area, this to me screams people were living and doing things. Although that site we were just at is documented on an old map. There's nothing documented over here, but we find plenty that weren't. And this sure has the look and feel of it. It's far enough away from the other guy too. Well, it didn't take long. We were heading down rapidly. Well, I gotta tell you, and it's why I didn't close the video after locating the site. And keep in mind, why I did this today wasn't to go looking for a place to dig or find things. I've been looking at that map for years and just always wondered if the site existed, but being in such a terrible location, it's always been put off. But I didn't close the video because I know getting out is going to be an issue. Again, I started following the walls off that clear area, and it just disappears into the mountainside and that tree line, and now I'm being pushed down as opposed to earlier we were up. So I am way off from where I went up, and I'm being pushed to the northwest, I believe. Whereas I should have just gone in east, come back out to the west. But that's not the way it's going, so I'm going to keep you guys here until the end. Most of the comments that I see and get from you guys is you love seeing the landscape, the old New England landscape. So do I. That's why we do this. So I think it's something to show you guys what it looks like out here. And it's pretty rugged and fascinating. You know, this was all opened up at one point in time, and who knows what they were doing. Probably not much where we're standing, but you know they pulled the timber out of here. Geez, it's starting to look like we're heading towards swamplands. Alright, move forward. Wow, this ought to be something. See where I actually end up popping out at the end. Alright, well, I made it to somewhat relatively close to the end of my trip where I need to be. And again, why I show you guys the land up here, this is New Hampshire. This section, most of it, was settled in the early to mid 1700s. Therefore, every piece of land was used. It wasn't like the Wild West where you went out and settled and, you know, claimed your stake. There was plenty of protocol and procedures to follow where you either had to be granted the land or you bought the land. And you look at all these old towns and there's a grid. There's a square for every square inch. So somebody owns this several times. And in New England, the attempt was made to improve that land before they gave up. That's remarkable when you consider what we just walked through, and there's all walls out there. So I hope you enjoyed it. Get out and explore your world, and I'll see you next time. Until then, enjoy your Not Thursday.